Hi guys, Miss Acton here doing reading again with you today. And I'm really excited because today's poems are really funny today and we're going to have some surprises. All right, so what we are going to do as a group is we will create meaning from repeated lines and other phrases in a poem. So we're going to see another poem today, another two poems today, one that we're doing together, and then one you're going to do on your own in your Google form that have repeated lines in them, because that's kind of what we've been doing this week. We're going to pay attention to those repeated lines, why they are important, what they teach us, and then also other phrases in the poem, what they teach us. And then you on your own in your Google form, you're going to say, I will create meaning from repeated lines, because that poem's going to have repeated lines too, and phrases in the poem. So you're going to look at other phrases and other words in the poem too. So let's read our poem now. We're going to read it piece by piece and really break it down, the meaning that comes in each part of our poem. I'm excited about this one. All right, so each page, I'm going to go through real quick. Each page has a different line of this poem. And then at the end of it, we're going to have the entire poem to read. But I didn't want to give it up to you just right away. I want to read it piece by piece because I want you to see how your brain works today, because your brain is going to do some really crazy, cool, smart things as we're reading through this, okay? I remember the time I forgot your birthday. I thought you would hate me, but you didn't. Remember the time I ripped your homework? I thought you would kill me, but you didn't. Remember the time I spilled your juice? I thought you would ignore me, but you didn't. So far, those are the first like three stanzas of our poem. I don't want to go any further because I'm going to give some stuff away, but I want to go back and break down each one of these stanzas. So the first one says, remember the time I forgot your birthday? I thought you would hate me, but you didn't. So the question I have for you is, who is talking in this poem? So who's the one that's telling them, hey, you remember your birthday? I forgot it. Thought you would hate me, but you didn't. Who is that person talking? Who could it be? What are some ideas? Oh yeah, it could be a brother telling his other siblings, a sister telling her other siblings. It could be a friend, right? A friend could definitely accidentally forget your birthday. And friends are really easy to forgive. You know, you don't hate them, you forgive them, but you didn't. It may be a dad to a mom, to his wife, yeah. Or even the other way around, a mom could forget a dad's birthday, yeah. Basically, like any family members could accidentally forget a birthday, and that family member would probably be scared that you would hate them, but this person didn't, which is a nice thing. All right, so let's go to the next page and see how things change. Remember the time I ripped your homework? I thought you would kill me, but you didn't. So again, I think this could still be a brother, a sister, mom or dad. When we say I ripped your homework, do moms and dads normally have homework? No, not normally. So I think that kind of eliminates them. So maybe I would stick with like younger kiddos. Younger kids tend to be a little bit sillier and they would be ones that would accidentally rip paper, and they're ones that have homework. So I think that kind of eliminates them. But when it says, I thought you would kill me, do you think that the person that's speaking in this poem really thinks that that person is going to kill them? No, it's kind of just a figure of speech is what we call that. It's where you're making something bigger than it actually is. Like, oh my gosh, my mom's gonna kill me when she sees I didn't do the dishes. Oh my gosh, my dad's gonna kill me whenever he sees that I didn't do my homework. That's kind of just things that we say, but it's not actually gonna happen. But it's fun to say. It makes the poem more exciting, and so I think that's why the author put that in there. But I don't think that they mean they're gonna kill them. And good thing that they added, but you didn't. So far they've ripped their homework, they've forgotten their birthday. Let's dig a little deeper and see if we can find out who this person is and who the person is they're doing it to. That's what the question is on this page. Remember the time I spilled your juice? I thought you would ignore me, but you didn't. So at this point, I still think it could be a brother, sister, friend. Adults don't normally spill things as much, but some of them do. Miss Acton spills stuff all the time. So it could be an adult still, but I think that homework page eliminated an adult. So we kind of have an idea of who is telling this poem, but who are they talking to? They're saying, hey, you're supposed to hate me, you're supposed to kill me, you're supposed to ignore me, but you didn't. Who do you think they're talking to? Right? It has to be somebody that has homework, has to be somebody who drinks juice, and it has to have somebody that has a birthday. It's kind of a lot of people. But I definitely think it should be someone younger, like a brother or sister. That R is terrible. Oh my. A brother or sister or a friend. Yeah, I definitely think that we're sticking around that area. Another thing that I kind of noticed too in this is that there's a big word right here. This word right here, spilled. And when you take this picture away, that picture kind of gives you a clue. What could you use in this sentence? Remember the time I spilled your juice? What kind of other clues could give you a hint on what this word means? Maybe you read the word correctly, but you're like, I have no idea what spilled means, especially if you're a friend that English is not your first language. What other words could you use in this sentence right here to help you figure out what the word spilled means? Right, juice. Juice is, a liquid, a drink, and it's something that you can spill a lot. So that might give you a hint on what that word spill means. Then obviously Miss Acton also gave you this nice visual to show you spilled orange juice. That kind of gave you a hint too. But if that visual was not there, like a lot of poems don't have visuals for all of the detail, then you could use the clues in the sentence to figure out what that word is. All right, so this is where it gets interesting, and you guys are going to completely turn your ideas about who is saying this and who they're saying to in this part. All right, so listen. There are so many things I did wrong, like poop in your room while you were gone. I'm going to read that again. There are so many things I did wrong, like poop in your room when you were gone. What? So, first thing I want to see, are there any surprises on this page? Absolutely. Poop is a huge surprise. Nobody wants to see poop in your room, and I would say it's definitely not a good surprise, but it's still a surprise. I was not expecting that. I hope you, as the reader, were not expecting Miss Acton to start talking about poop. So now that we heard like poop in your room while you were gone, who do you think is talking now? Who do you think is telling this story and saying, sorry I did this, sorry I did this, sorry I did this? Yeah, probably a dog. A dog can rip your homework and chew it up. A dog can spill juice. A dog can forget your birthday because normally dogs don't remember your birthday. And a dog can poop in your room. You could also probably say a cat. A lot of animals that run around the house. Some people have rabbits that run around in their house too that poop a lot. Hamsters, smaller animals, even birds. But I think that they're probably sticking to dogs because there's a lot of people know about dogs. A lot of people know that dogs have accidents in house quite a bit and they have to go outside to poop. The rest of these animals usually have a cage to poop in or a litter box to poop in. Dogs do not. Okay. So I definitely think that answers us who is saying this to. And what words made you change your mind? What made you think, oh, this is definitely not a person? Yeah, the poop in your room while you were gone. I don't think your friends, your brothers, and your sisters are going to poop in your room while you're gone. Now, if they're a baby, they're probably going to poop their diaper maybe in your room, but they're not actually pooping like on the floor in your room. And when you're a little baby, they don't remember birthdays. There's a lot of times they can't reach the table to spill juice, and normally you don't put homework around your baby. So, that could be another, maybe a human that might do it, but we're definitely sticking with our clues and saying that this is definitely a dog. All right, last part. Good thing you told me I was a good boy, but you didn't. And I love this visual right here. Look at him. Uh-oh. So I think he's apologizing for all these silly things that he did. Dogs do all these crazy things. Poop in your room, spill things, tear things up, forget things. And I think he's trying to make himself feel better by apologizing and saying, oh my gosh, you're so great because you should have hated me. You should have ignored me. You should have killed me, but you didn't. And you told me I was a good boy, but you didn't. I think he's hoping that they do. So I hope you love that poem. We're going to read it all again at once. And I want you to recognize the repeated lines that you see because it's kind of hard to see in the small pieces Miss Acton just did for you, but as the whole poem, it's easier to see. surprises and the funny things, like we did 2 days ago. So let's read through this. Remember the time I forgot your birthday? I thought you would hate me, but you didn't. Remember the time I ripped your homework? I thought you would kill me, but you didn't. Remember the time I spilled your juice? I thought you would ignore me, but you didn't. There are so many things I did wrong, like poop in your room while you were gone. Good thing you told me I was a good boy, but you didn't. So I really hope you enjoyed that. So when you go and do your classwork for today, there's another funny poem in your classwork for today. And they're going to ask you a lot of questions like this. They're going to ask you to find the funny things, poop in your room, the funny things. They're going to ask you for the surprises, poop in your room, and the good thing you told me I was a good boy, but you didn't. And they're also going to ask you to look for those repeated lines, but you didn't, but you didn't, but you didn't. And also remember the time, remember the time. Those are all repeated lines that you see. So that poem has all of that stuff in it, and the one that you're going to see in your classwork today does too. So have fun. I hope you enjoyed this poem, and remember to contact your teachers if you need any help. Bye, guys.